I'm Monita Rajpal in Hong Kong, and this is CNN.
Back with your world headlines from the CNN newsroom. I'm Natallie Allen. An Egyptian government spokesman says a suicide truck bomber caused today's powerful explosion near the Interior Ministry's police headquarters. Officials say at least 4 people were killed, dozens injured. Also in Cairo, state media report 2 people injured in another blast near a metro station in a residential neighborhood. In Ukraine, anti-government protests spread beyond Kiev, with activists storming regional government buildings. This follows a second round of talks with President Viktor Yanukovych. Opposition politician Vitaly Klitschko says they produced nothing. UN Special Envoy Lakhdar Brahimi is trying to bring together Syrian government delegates and opposition leaders in Geneva today. The 2 sides have been set to meet face-to-face, but it's not clear if that will happen. North Korea's National Defense Commission says it wants to create an atmosphere of reconciliation and end military tensions with South Korea. It's calling for the South to stop joint military drills with outside forces, a thinly veiled reference to the United States. Those are the headlines. Up next, World Sport.
It's Federer versus Nadal version 33. We're live in Melbourne for unique insight into this always intriguing showdown of tennis superstars, this time in the semifinal round of the Australian Open. Colombia's worst fears realized. One of the stars at the upcoming World Cup may be watching the tournaments from the sidelines. Hello, thanks for making World Sport a part of your day. Live from CNN Center, I'm Mark McKay. Roger Federer against Rafa Nadal, arguably the biggest rivalry in tennis. We can't wait for another chapter to be crafted, starting in about 30 minutes in the semifinals at the Australian Open. Between them, they've won 30 Grand Slam titles. Federer has 17 to his credit and can claim to be the greatest of all time, but strangely enough, not against Nadal. Rafa has won 22 of their 32 career matches. They played 4 times last year. Nadal won each and every one of those matches. Rafa also has Roger's number in Melbourne, winning both of their previous matches at the Australian Open. Eric Budarak is preparing to play alongside Raven Clausen in the men's doubles final this weekend at Melbourne Park. Eric has been good enough to join us ahead of tonight's mega matchup in men's singles behind you there at Melbourne Park. Hey, Eric, congratulations on your success. I want to get your inside take on yet another meeting between Federer and Nadal. The Spaniard comes into tonight's match sporting blisters on his serving hand. What kind of effect could that have in the match?
It could have a big effect. I mean, a lot of us in the locker room have seen that blister firsthand, and it's pretty nasty. He says that he is having trouble feeling the racket perfectly. But then again, Rafa, once he walks on court, he never complains about anything. He's probably the best fighter in our sport, and once the first ball is struck, you won't see any complaints from him, and he'll give it his best.
And his opponent, Roger Federer, 32 years of age, Eric, yet he said he's back physically, he's explosive, he can get to balls. What's the secret to his newfound success?
Yeah, I think a lot of people really were not aware of how much that back limited him last year. I actually just got off the practice courts with him about 2 hours ago. I'm one of the few left-handers left on site, so I warmed him up for about 30 minutes. Normally Stefan Edberg does the warming up with him, but he wanted a left-hander to hit some heavy forehands and hit a lot of slice serves to really prepare him, and he looks as loose and as healthy and happy as I've seen him in a while, so I think he's coming in a great frame of mind tonight.
How much has Edberg improved or enhanced his game, Eric?
Well, we've seen him coming into the net a lot, and not only coming in